Hey, how's it going, Chad? Good morning. I'm sorry, not even good morning. Good afternoon now. We are streaming the Eclipse. I know we're a little bit behind NASA. We're actually using the NASA telescope feed, so we're actually going to see just the feed this time and not the broadcast. Let me go ahead and just make sure I'm tuned in. All right. Where did I put that scene? There we go. Okay, so we're seeing a bunch of different feeds this time. I think it's because they know there's cloud cover in certain places. This is Torreon, Mexico. They've got a few of them in Mexico right now. The Mexican eclipse looks like it's nearing halfway. It is partially there. Actually was going to go and watch it in person, but then I realized there's going to be a lot of cloud cover and rain, and it just didn't make any more sense, unfortunately. Actually, I'm looking outside right now. It's looking like there's not going to be much clouds for the moment. Hey, what's up, Josiah? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know. If it clears up enough outside, I may grab my glasses real quick and just hop outside and go get a look in person at the 90-something% partial eclipse. I know it's not totality where I'm at, but it's close enough that it would be cool to like actually go out and see it in person. Wish I could have gone and seen it in person though. Totality would have been kind of nice to go see like 100% eclipse. Is anyone watching the comet or the other planets that are going to be visible? As it turns out, today is going to be a pretty busy cosmic day in terms of things that you can see. There's a comet called the Devil's Comet that's visible every, I want to say 70 years. It was last visible here in like 1954 and won't be seen again until like I think 2095 or something like that. I should probably Google it, but I'm a little lazy to do it. Plus, I don't want to take us off the telescopic feed. Only got 88% where I'm at. Okay, still a bit further away. I thought it was interesting that the eclipses for the last 7 years and now draw an X over the U.S. People think that that's like prophetically significant. I don't know if it is. It could be, but I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting. What's up, Thomas? We're kind of close. This is about maybe nearing halfway. Close enough that you'll want to be in position, not so close that you've missed it. And keep in mind, these are also the locations in Mexico. They have some in Texas. They have some in other parts of the nation as well that are going to be seeing this eclipse. So even if you miss like the Mexican eclipse, you probably won't miss the Texan eclipse or was it Oklahoma maybe seeing it, or was it Kansas? I forget. Kind of wish I had done the little trailer footage I used to do for the last one. This one's kind of cool. The filter makes it red. Oh, it goes to Kansas? Okay. Yeah, I get a partial view of it too, even though I'm in Texas. But, you know, Texas is abnormally gigantic for a state. I think that satisfies my contractual obligation to make an "it's bigger in Texas" joke. Yeah, where I'm at, it's like, I think it was 93%, maybe 95%. I don't remember for sure. You see like just a little sliver, like a teeny little sliver of the outer corona. That's just a little bit bigger on one side here. And I was actually considering going to like Austin or maybe Dallas or something just to go take a look or just to go watch it. But then I heard there was a chance there'd be rain and cloud cover, and I just didn't think I would want to risk all that. Because man, if I drive like 2-3 hours to get over there and it's just not visible, I'm gonna be mad. Well, disappointed, not mad, because there's no one to really be mad at. But I'd be disappointed if I did all that and couldn't see it. Yeah, and Thomas, that's the reality for a lot of people. And honestly, man, this view is actually really good. This is through a telescope with the filter, and it's several locations, so you're gonna see one that's a good solid view. I did see the annular eclipse in person last year, but that was also kind of like a partial one. It wasn't the full one, but annular is already gonna have the outer ring anyway. Yo, what's up, Mr. Cristal? I almost said Cristal like the champagne. God, I missed the Boondocks. Oh, you got to see the lunar blood moon. I do like me a good blood moon. I want to say it was the last one or the one before. It wasn't like a strawberry. It was like a good crimson red, like a deep red. Did you hear the moon is actually rusting even though there's no oxygen up there? There's a substance called hematite that's starting to grow on the surface of the moon. Josiah says this is also why the Bible scripture is scaring people right now. Yeah, I mean, so the hematite thing is like kind of it's like a foreshadowing of what's to come, because if it was a steady, like a linear growth on the moon, you'd be able to time it. So if we're going towards scripture on that one, the scripture says that no man or angel knows the time or the day or was it the exact date or the time, whatever. But if you were to be able to calculate growth patterns on the moon of hematite, you'd be able to figure that out. So as far as that's concerned, it would most likely be sort of like a hockey stick graph where it's like maybe growing, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's just completely covered. More is like God's way of saying, like, hey, this is actually going to happen. Here's some evidence right here of it happening. The sun, there's a gigantic dark spot on the sun, not your normal sunspot. It's an actual real big dark spot. So yeah, both of those would be foreshadowing, literally, as to that scripture being fulfilled at some point. And come to think of it, so much has happened since the last time I streamed on this channel. Like, if we're getting into scripture, the peace and safety prophecy already happened. That actually happened in October. Should go back to the moon now. Didn't was it Russia or India or both? Didn't they both make moon trips? I heard something about that a while back. I don't remember for sure who went. I know one of them crashed. I don't know if it was a probe or a manned spacecraft, but oh, it was India? Okay. As good at math as they are, I'm really surprised it took them this many decades after our moon trip to get up there. Made to an unlanded site. Yeah, didn't one of them make it to like the dark side of the moon or something like that? Like a part no one's ever actually physically explored. I'd love to see the data and the pictures from that. All right, so we're seeing a lot of Mexican locations, I'm guessing because they're getting pretty close to totality right now, or closer to totality. Texas shouldn't be that far behind. It may also be the cloud cover in their Texan locations are probably making it a little hard to see. Earlier they showed the Kerrville and the Dallas locations, and they were seeing some clouds. It was being a little obstructive, but not so much that you couldn't see it. Like so far, I think we had maybe 3 locations in Mexico. I know they had Mazatlan. This one here is Torreon, and there's another one. I keep forgetting the name of it. Kind of sucks that there was cloud cover on this particular day. Like if we are thinking of this as some sort of like a scriptural prophetic foreshadowing, you know, it's looking the part, because not only is it an eclipse, it's also being like blocked off by clouds. Like, I'm not sure if it actually is prophetically significant. I'm not saying that it is, but if it were, you know, that kind of seems like it would track. Thomas says, I think I heard the next time this happens is in the year 2200. Man, we got to have some anti-aging technology so I can be around to see it. I hear they're working on that now. This is actually an interesting time to be alive. We're seeing, oh, here we go. Mazatlan's almost in totality. We're seeing all kinds of technology being invented that we used to think was just in the realm of science fiction. Like the idea of trying to reverse aging used to be a complete fictional idea. Now we're actually having real conversations about it. We're doing studies on it. They've managed to, at least I've heard they've done it in mice. I don't even know if they have, but if they have, that's a great progress. I wonder if the hyperbaric oxygen chamber therapy, I wonder if that's going to be the next big thing that does that, because there was this theory that prior to the flood during Noah's Ark, that the world was more saturated in oxygen, or at least the atmosphere was, and that may have been responsible for these abnormally long lifespans in comparison to post-flood era. Because all the life expectancies, if you're a believer in the scriptures, it went from like hundreds of years to you're lucky if you get to 100 years in the span of a few generations after the flood. So something changed. Yo, what's up, Spank? How you doing? Josiah says, like 5 or 6 years ago, they said that the eclipse wasn't going to happen until another 100 years, but it happened in a decade or so. Sometimes people's math is off. A lot of their predictions, actually all of them, are based simply on geometry and timing. And sometimes they make mistakes. They actually had to correct the path through Texas. I forget which direction they altered the path to when they had to recalculate it, but sometimes it happens. How's Oliver doing? Oliver's doing great. He was just meowing earlier. I just fed that guy a good can of wet food, so he's going to be cleaning himself and sleeping for a little bit, so he won't be scratching at the door trying to get in the office here. A guy that lived in an underwater house or something for a year or two, and his cells were somehow better than when he went in. You know, there's a lot of things they're learning about the body's ability to adapt to some sort of stress, and that's actually the reason why people have started really getting into fasting the last few years. And I tell you what, once I've tried it, like I haven't done it enough to like lose a massive amount of fat, but I tell you what, you end up, once you come back up from your fast, I feel a lot better. And your skin heals a lot faster. Like I have a cat, so I get regular scratches. So I get also a chance to look at the timing of my wound healing. And I tell you what, whenever I fast for like a day or two at a time, more like that 2-day, 3-day mark, my wounds heal so fast. like during and a little after my fast, and then afterward it starts to level off and go back to normal. But then also my color and complexion go way better. And that's not medical advice. That's just my own anecdotal evidence there. But, you know, there's something to be said about it. Yeah, I recognize you, Pharaoh. The word spank in your name made it obvious to me. I didn't forget. So is anyone planning to duck outside for a second when it gets to your region, if you're anywhere near it, with Eclipse glasses to go and watch it outside? I might. If the clouds open up enough here, I may grab my glasses and walk outside for a second to go and get a good look at it. It's like a 93%-ish partial eclipse, but maybe worth going outside for. What time does the eclipse arrive in California? It does not pass over California, but I think it will have, as far as your time goes, I want to say it's like 2. You'll like right now, I don't know. I think right now you're 2 hours behind me because I'm central. So you're like at 11 a.m., I think. Yeah, you're 11 a.m. No, so for you it would be... Well, in like a few minutes. It's the same time. I don't know why I'm saying it like it's a different time. It's the same time, but for you it would be something like in the 11:30-ish. All right, Thomas, we have a good one. We'll keep this up until, at the very least, it passes over Texas, maybe over Kansas or something. It shouldn't be that much longer afterward. Mazatlan's almost in totality right now. I do like the red sliver, though. That looks pretty cool. I think their filter is a little more weighted towards allowing red light through. So how you been, Spank? I think the last time any of us talked was the last eclipse. And I promise I'm trying to make time to put some other content up besides just eclipse footage here. Been working on the finance channel so much that it's been kind of making my other work suffer in terms of YouTube. I'm glad you're doing good, Spank. Hey, what's up, living the dream? Oh man, if you were here, I'd let you borrow a pair of my glasses. I got 2. PBS stream has a ton of... Yeah, I'm glad that NASA decided to make a telescope-only feed. I kind of prefer being able to just put this on and then just kind of chill with you guys for the rest of the time. Are you running Destiny 2? Man, I haven't played that game in ages. I think the last time I played that we were pirates. Or it was like the pirate season or whatever. God, it was so long ago. That was like maybe 2 years ago. Maybe more. Has it been more than 2 years? I never thought I would just stop playing Destiny for that long. I'm glad you're doing well, Dream. Oh, that's a nice view. All right, this is Junction, Texas. I guess the clouds broke up enough for them to put this back on the stream. It would also appear that the Mazatlan location is a little bit ahead. Maybe an hour ahead, so they might be on mountain time. Ooh, look at that zoom. Look at that. You can see some of the divots in the... Not divots, that's actually sunspots. Bunch of PR. They had a Surgeon General. Scarlett Johansson came on PBS? Yeah, see, they try to... They try to Hollywood these shows so much. It's more just to give people entertainment. It's for like the lay people. The telescope only is only for the nerds like us. Like the ones who legitimately care about watching the eclipse itself and they don't want to hear all the excess stuff. Unless it's like kind of on topic. But they'll use it as, oh, we've got your eyes here. We're going to put things in front of your face. That's all they care about. All right, Mazatlan is like an inch or two away from being in totality. My prophecy weapon auto rifle. Oh, you were grinding for the prophecy auto rifle? That sounds like one we used to have back in like the vanilla days. Yeah, that's partially why I do these streams, Dream. Like I even see international news networks doing this, which I mean I get why. I mean an eclipse like this is news, but they use it just to get attention. Wherever the attention is, they'll dart in front of it and try to say, "Hey, buy this. Hey, watch this, so that we can get you to buy something later." Playing Helldivers 2 on my Stream Deck or Steam Deck. Okay. Man, I don't think I've touched a game in a long time. A little sad, but I don't know. I just always find myself doing other stuff. Oh, we are pretty close to totality here. I keep saying that, but I'm not really sure how fast this is moving. Oh, here we go. It's that last little fade out before the corona shows up. Corona of the sun, by the way, not coronavirus. Oh, it's going to get us demonetized. So hard not to say because they keep annexing normal words into demonetizable subjects. Pretty sure the word delete's going to become demonetizable now. We're like right there. Oh, they better not let this cut out. Do not let the stream cut out, NASA. Good news is that even if it does cut out, we can, even if Mazatlan we don't get to see, we can look at the other ones. Junction should be a few minutes behind it, so. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Did it actually cut out? Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. There we go. Wow, that looks cool. Oh, that is so much better than the annular eclipse last year. I would have loved to have seen this in person. Oh, look, they can even see the gas ejections from the outer corona. You can see just the tiniest little solar flares. Oh, somebody must have bumped into the telescope. Okay, we're starting to see the sun come out the other side now. Yeah, I swear it's almost like the movement of both these celestial bodies just slowed for a little bit, just so we could appreciate it a little bit longer. How long does the eclipse stay in one place? It technically does not stay in one place, Spank. From our perspective, it'll look that way, but it's still moving a little bit from our perspective every moment. It never actually stops. You can see right now, those little solar flares to the right of your screen are starting to come out a little bit further, so it is still moving. Yeah, you got a point, Dream. This view is literally out of this world. And here it goes. The other side is coming out. Oh, that is so cool, that little red sliver. Yeah, that ejection was pretty far out there. It was like a mountain-sized ejection. Looked like it was like a solar flare. I swear, I can't even say the word solar flare anymore without thinking about Krillin and Tien. What time does the eclipse truly end? It depends on when you're calling it an end. If you're looking at just when totality ends, we've already hit that point in Mazatlan, Mexico. Torreon has got a better view, but it's technically quote unquote ended for them. But if you're considering when the moon completely separates from the sun in our view, it might be another hour or so, maybe a little less than that. My math may be a little bit off. Hey, what's up, Hemi? Yeah, this is happening right now. This is actually live. This is the NASA telescope feed minus all the other bread and circuses they're playing right now on their main show. And this is a series of locations too, so it's not just this one you're seeing right now. This is the Mexican locations. I'm sure in a few minutes they'll start showing Junction, Texas again if the cloud cover is broken up. Cloud cover is a real issue today. Anywhere in Texas, for the most part, is going to have a cloud issue or a rain issue. Oh, it looks like we're about to see another totality here. Might explain why they haven't been showing Junction, Texas at all. Now, I may actually pop out for a little bit and go watch it when it passes over Texas. Oh, look at that. Looks so good. Oh, look how bright that is. This might just be a difference in their filtering system on their telescopes. I believe these are observatories, but they're just kind of borrowing from other observatories. I guess the privilege of being on the NASA stream. And the light on the outside looks way better. It's like a Super Saiyan Eclipse. And it seems like each telescope makes this eclipse look its own in its own unique way. The one from Mazatlan we just watched, that one, it just passed over there, and it was more of a red tint on it, so you could see all the little solar flares sticking out so clearly, like it was in 4K HD. This one, you just see more of the glow. It just looks more like the moon just watched Krillin die. There we go. Now we're starting to see those solar flares sticking out again on the bottom right of your screen. And almost on the top right of the moon as well. Remember, if you decide to pop outside to go look at this yourself when it passes over you, make sure you're wearing Eclipse glasses. I don't know if you have any or not. Or use the little pinhole viewer or something. Yeah, you might be right, Dream. That solar flare may well be bigger than our whole planet. Because the sun is many, many times bigger than this planet. All right, and that's looking like the totality's over for Torreon, Mexico. I'm sure the next one's going to be in Junction, Texas. I remember they were showing Junction, Texas, they were showing Kerrville, and they were showing Dallas earlier before we started seeing totalities happening. They may show them again, but I'm in Texas right now. It's looking very cloudy, very like it's going to be raining pretty soon. I'll check the weather, see if it's actually raining or not. It just looks really nasty out here where I'm at. It's unfortunate. Don't believe there's any rain here, but it doesn't look too good outside either. Really wish it could have been clear outside so I could actually go out and look at this. Yeah, I'd trade you weather any day, bud. Literally the only good thing I hear about LA these days is the weather. And even that's like sometimes iffy. Sometimes it's about as hot there as it is here. Like last summer, y'all had, was it y'all that had the record heat alongside us? I know for a fact we had some really bad heat. Now we're looking at Russellville, Arkansas. Is that Arkansas? I think that's Arkansas. It's a nice sharp crescent on the sun there. Yeah, we had a pretty bad heat wave last year. I don't think I've ever seen so many consecutive days in the triple digits out in this city. Really, the state, I mean, we had it so bad. I was wondering if we were going to have those burn hazards or whatever, the drought stuff. Like pretty much in Texas, at least coastal Texas, it's pretty much just summer is either going to be hurricane season, flood season, or it's a sauna. There's literally no in between. Like it's never just a nice normal summer ever anymore. Unlivable without AC. Welcome to Texas. Texas is unlivable without AC, especially in the car. You can't drive through here without AC in the summer months, or really anything but like the 2 to 4 months of somewhat winter we have out here, and even that's kind of unpleasant still. Alright, Junction's looking like it's almost in totality. They were trying to show, I think, the Kerrville location, but there's still cloud cover. You can actually see the clouds here in Junction, Texas. Have I heard of Fallout? Yeah. Yeah, we made fun of that for a while when Fallout 76 happened. Man, wasn't that like around the time of Anthem? It's hard to believe it's been like 5 years since that point. My gosh, the time since 2020. It really feels like the dial got turned up to 11 on how fast time flies since 2020. Like that never slowed down, it seems like. Like 2023 felt like 6 whole months. Alright, looks like they may not be showing totality at Junction. Junction's got the intermittent cloud cover. It's making it probably a little harder for their telescopes to filter properly, I guess. Starfield sounds familiar. I don't remember how much I heard about that. You know, come to think of it, I think I just sort of like hit a wall with gaming and just said, I'm done. Even though like I'm not like done, like I'll play a game here and there if I feel like it. I just haven't for a long time. I think I just hit a point where all games feel similar at this point. Like you have a lot of similar issues. Technology isn't getting that much better at least as far as consumer technology for gaming. And now the technological creep is slowed to a crawl. We got Kerrville, Texas, completely covered in clouds. You just saw for a brief second it was there and it was like mostly covered, and then they just cut it off. Arkansas is looking pretty clear though, so we're gonna probably at least get to see it there. Playing mostly outdoor games, and that's just with my other hobbies. Well, that's good. I mean, as long as you're having fun. I guess at a point, for me, it started with Destiny, just going through the same merry-go-round over and over again. Like, it's literally the same thing with some new maps, some new bosses, a new raid. And the raids are usually really cool. It's a lot of the same stuff, just changed just enough that you'll pay more money, right? But that's just like a microcosm of all of gaming, because they're not really able to do anything too innovative right now. Cyberpunk was a great example of that. So was Anthem. You try to do something that does too many things at once a little bit too well, and the technology can't keep up, or your coding can't keep up, or people can't play it because it requires too much cutting edge stuff. So unless you had the most brand new, hasn't come out yet console, or you can't get it because it just barely came out, or you have like a $10,000 PC, you can't play what would be the new innovative thing. Oh, what's this location? This is Dallas, Texas. Makes me wish I had made the 4 or more hour drive up there. Yeah, that's a better way of putting it, Dream. I mean, it's not really a time waster, it's a money waster and a time waster, right? The time they use to make their game look good, and then the money they bring in to pay their staff and themselves. And like, I get it's a business, but I got to a point where it's like they're not doing enough new stuff fast enough, and it's not different enough. And they keep teasing it like it's going to be this new thing, and it's so different. Everything's so newly functional, and really it's just they dress something up a little differently, made it work a little different, and it's nothing very innovative. Or they try to be innovative, and it flops because their tech can't keep up, or our tech can't keep up, or they do it wrong. So I just kind of got tired of it. I'm trying to remember what the first DLC I didn't buy was. I think it was Lightfall. Because I remember I didn't even play the last season of the other DLC before that. No, I played Lightfall, wasn't it? No. I know I didn't get Final Shape. There was one right before that. Was it Into the Light? I don't remember. Abusive. I don't know that I'd go that far. I just don't like it. I just think it's a bad deal. Like, looking back, something like Skyrim, that was more worth my money. Because you buy it the one time and you get this massive world, a lot of replayability. I think those days are over because they didn't make near as much off of Skyrim as they make off of games like Destiny or GTA. Like, at least with GTA, you get a pretty big, massive world. There's a lot of replayability there, almost like Skyrim. But then you can also do the online stuff, and that's pretty fun too. But with GTA, you have the other problem of we still haven't gotten GTA 6, and it's been 11 years. Or almost 11 years? I forget when GTA 5 came out. I know it was 2013. But it's been about a decade. No new GTA. Outside of like new DLCs, new reskins, new redo of the graphics or whatever. Then again, Skyrim hasn't had much new either. All right, looking like we're looking at Kerrville here. Kerrville has just enough. Oh, is there any cloud cover? There's some cloud cover, but we're able to mostly see the totality over here. Oh, here we go. There's that final flash of light, and if the camera would stop shaking, they can actually show us. Oh, that's looking good. Well, this one actually just went fully dark. Yeah, the clouds are a bit of a problem in this location. Now it's looking better. May not be perfect, but it's still pretty good. Yeah, I mean, the clouds do kind of give it that, like, haunted house sort of a feel. A little bit of Halloween to it. And now here come the clouds being really thick again. I'm not sure if this darkness is the cloud cover or if it's about to head back out of totality and into being a partial eclipse the other way. I'm sure soon they're going to switch over to Arkansas. Okay, well, this is pretty much not viewable. I'm gonna duck outside real quick and see how much I can actually see. All right, so I can actually see kind of a little bit, not that much. Like the clouds are so bad out here that like I had to I hate to say it, I had to take my glasses off just to try to find the sun, and it was so behind the clouds. I could just see that little sliver for like a split second, then I looked away just so I wouldn't look at it too much. But you really can't even see it out here. It's kind of sad. Looks like Dallas is getting a good view though. And now they're hitting totality. Don't see any clouds, at least not right before I did this. Ooh, look at that. It's a nice corona on there. And they're doing all kinds of stuff with the telescope here. Had to switch right over to Arkansas. Something was up with that particular telescope. Oh, there we go. Back at Dallas. Seems like whatever that was going on is done. Ooh, you got a little solar flare on the top right there. That solar flare is sticking out like a horn. Almost like a perfect triangle. Should be the top right of the moon on your screen. Seems that solar flare on the top right's getting just a little bit bigger. We might be exiting totality pretty soon here. Oh, that's a nice strong glimmer. That sliver, for some reason, the light before and after it, it's always this perfect, like sharp sliver or sharp wedge, like this one here. Russellville's about to hit totality pretty soon here. The orange or the red, like we saw with Mazatlan, is always so much cleaner. I don't know if it's like different filtering technology they have. I know they put filters in the glasses that it's kind of similar to the telescope, so it won't burn into whatever photo cells are recording. And it looks like this one's probably going to be a lot cleaner to see when it hits totality. There's not as much cloud cover. I haven't seen one cloud in the sky. Unfortunately, Texas was just covered in clouds, so all the Texas locations were a bit subpar in terms of their visibility. If I had to guess, I'd say we're about maybe another 2 minutes away from totality. It's like right there. Almost there. That nice red sliver is all that's left. Apparently the red filter is the one that's looking the best today. Here we go. Oh, did it freeze? Seems NASA's having some latency issues. Looks like the feed from Arkansas is cut out. Oh, there we go. It's looking a bit better. This one, unfortunately, is not as clean or as clear as the ones in Mexico today. Still better than the Texas locations, though. Unfortunately, Texas is just covered in clouds. appears we're exiting totality. Unfortunately, the person at the telescope did not focus or did not set the focus correctly, because now it's still kind of blurry, unfortunately. Oh, looks like we're finally getting some views in from Illinois and from some of the northern states. At least this one in Illinois is a bit more of a crisp image. Appears to be in better focus. And near totality. You know, I've never heard of a city called Carbondale, Illinois. Never heard of that city in my entire life until today. I'm going to take a wild guess and say something to the effect of 4 to 5 minutes until totality. Oh, here we go. About to hit totality on Carbondale, Illinois. That was a big burst of light. And we thought that Kerrville's looked like a Super Saiyan moon. Did they flip this one? This looks like it was inverted. So I'm seeing that coronal mass ejection or solar flare over here that we were seeing over here. And now, yeah, here we go. Look, it's going the opposite direction. Somebody inverted, somebody flipped the screen here. They flipped the image. Oh, looks like we switched over to Indianapolis. Did they just throw this over the other one? See, this one looks a whole lot better. That's a good image. Oh, did they just switch it off? Oh, and it is exiting totality. All right, it's looking like it is out of totality again. All right, we're not going to be staying for all of these eclipses. They're going to be doing a bunch of them all over the U.S. We've already seen, I think, like 5 or 7 of them. So that's where we'll end this broadcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the eclipse. I'm not sure what the next thing will be here on this channel. We may do some videos. We may cover more eclipses. We'll see. We'll see what eclipses come in the near future. But anyway, stay tuned, and I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out, guys.